This is video number 4. Okay. You want to know a fun fact? I haven't even seen all of Dragon Ball. Only Z. That's it. Alright, so in all reality, I've tried to film this video 4 times now. Camera died the first time. First 2 takes I didn't like. And the last time I ran out of storage. For an 8-minute video. That's all I need. Not even. Like maybe 4 minutes of your time to record. So what I would like to talk about is anime. I started watching a new anime called Attack on Titans. I absolutely fell in love with it. It was very different from most of the anime that I've seen. I've watched a lot of anime, and when I say I've watched a lot, I've watched a lot. So Attack on Titan, the person who created it, he's the author and the illustrator. His name is Hajime Isayama. Hajime Isayama. Hajime. I get the giggles every time I say it. Hajime. I think it's Hajime or it's Hashimi. Hajime. I think it's Hajime. Hajime Isayama. So, bear with me. My laugh doesn't really sound like that. It's actually 20 times worse. Hajime Isayama. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. Forgive me if I pronounced it wrong, but I tried to watch a couple interviews to see if I could pronounce it. So the author and illustrator, he also, before it was a show, of course it was a manga series, and it started way back in 2009. There are actually 28 volumes of the manga series as of April of this year. They came out with the 3rd season, and scary and intense. It's intense sometimes. Adventurous, and it's also considered a post-apocalyptic type of show. Now, as for the show, there was 49 episodes. There are now 50 episodes for the subbed version. I watch it on Crunchyroll. Okay, so like I said, the show is just, it's dark, it's gruesome, it's awesome. Personally, I don't read manga, and that's just for, honestly, because 1, manga's expensive, and 2, some of it's just, some of the imagery is just really, really, really dark and and just really exaggerated. And it's black and white. It's all black and white. So it's just like, you would think that it's not that gruesome, but compared to being on TV on color, there was a scene where Aaron's like in the stomach of a titan, and you see like all the bodies and the heads just floating around him. And then when you go to watch this, it's like, it's just a little bit more spaced out and more colors, and it's not as intense as that. So that's just my opinion versus the manga versus subbed show. The show's first, like, introduces you to, like, 3 characters. Their name is Aaron, Mikasa, and Armin. They are 3 best friends that, like, through their childhood, like, when they ran into a situation, they were always there for each other. So, like, Aaron is, like, pretty much, like, the leader. He's, like, the one. Mikasa's hardcore, and devotes everything to Eren because as a kid, like, he really helped her out in a really bad situation that she got into. And then Armin is, like, this timid, shy guy who he's trying so hard to, like, break out of his I'm weak and helpless personality, to still trust each other no matter how much bad stuff's going on. So these three characters, they both live in a district. So there's pretty much like, there's 3 districts, and they're all surrounded by walls, so they're sectioned off by these walls. The first wall is called the Maria Wall, which is where the 3 main characters are from, and then there's the Rose Wall, and then there's the Cena Wall, so pretty much the Maria Wall is like the rural area where, like, your crops are grown and, like, everyone gets their food and everything. And then the Rose Wall is, like, the suburbanal area where, like, your locals and stuff and, like, the middle class pretty much lives. And then there's the Cena Wall, which is where, pretty much, like, the capital, where the rich and all that live. And then around, so, like, timeline-wise for this is, like, 150 years of, like, humanity is, like, lived, and this whole town or district's been around, and all of a sudden, in the year 850, these giant, they call them Titans, invade Marie, and then they end up invading Rose, and they are these big, massive creatures, probably the size of skyscrapers, that just, they don't have any emotions, they can't communicate, and they eat human lives, and they keep consuming humans, and pretty much just eat them. Although I know a lot of people see, like, GIFs and memes and stuff of, like, these weird anime characters where they have these big, like, psychopath grins, and, or, they just, like, there's this one meme where it's just, like, it's just this big guy who's just jiggling through the Maria area, trying to catch some of the military people, because I don't even know what their goal was when they went into the Maria Wall, because that was just a disaster. Well, I do know what the goal was, but again, there's no spoilers. I ain't spoiling shit. But anyway, like, if you see a lot of those memes, it's mostly Attack on Titans. And these main characters, they grow up. Eventually they get pushed out of their district, and they are now stuck in the Cena Wall. They eventually, all 3 of them, decide that they're going to join the military, and they go through all this training, like 4 years, but my favorite part is there's only, like, 3 episodes that they get in, like, really get into it. Like, they don't spend, like, 10 whole episodes to talk about training, when, like, no, get to the point. We need to fight Titans. We need to get, and they go into their first battle. They lose some people, and it gets sad, because there was a lot of people that I really liked, and I was upset because it was so early in the show that some people died, but then, of course, they bring in more people, and then they replace them, and then you fall in love with new people. But, at the end of their training, and they finally get out onto the field, and they start to, like, learn what they're actually going to get involved in, that's when they get to make a decision, after, like, I think it's like a couple months, or if it's like a year, they get to choose which military position that they want to be in. So they get to choose the stationary groups, the scouting legion, and the military police. Why I emphasize military police is because this group's shady, and like there's a lot that happens once you get past a certain amount of episodes. Because it was funny, because in the beginning, like I think it was like around episode 14, the leader of the stationary group foreshadowed that we're not just fighting titans, we're fighting humans too. And so it's a mixture of not just fighting these big monsters that are ruining their town, but also trying to fight these people that have opposite opinions about whatever's going on in their perspective. And many of the other shows that I've watched, I honestly would, like, Attack on Titans is one of those shows where it's its own category, and it's really kind of, because of the style and the design, like, but because I think that the art design is so different that they can't be in the same category, to be honest. And again, different storyline and different show than what I'm used to watching. They are 20-minute long episodes, and once you get watching them, they got cliffhangers, and you're stuck, and I'm definitely stuck on this show. Really recommend, if you like those bloody, gory type of anime, this is your show. Anime is not something to make fun of, because it's very emotional and stressful to not cry about. It's awesome, and I really recommend somebody to watch it. If you are unsure about watching it, you should probably watch some anime. Doesn't even have to be this one. There's so many animes, like, I can't even count how many I've watched. And I've watched a lot of stupid ones. I watched a lot of stupid anime. I'm not even gonna get into it, but I've watched a lot of anime. I recommend someone watch it. And if you ain't sure about this anime, you should at least jump on the trendy ones, because the trendy ones are really good. Just just watch all of Dragon Ball Z, and then you'll understand, because that might have been the first one that anime I ever watched, and that kind of dragged me into this anime fiasco, this awesome life. For the record, I didn't want to dirty this cup, so that's why I didn't pour this in there, because it's an awesome, like, cup holder. You know, thinking outside the box. Yeah. You should watch my other videos. That, or if you really want me to talk about more anime, I could get more into anime. Because, fun fact, over 80 million copies of manga was sold in Japan, and I think that's awesome. I want to be a part of this anime growing fan base and talk about these cool stuff that people don't know about and question it. I would love to talk about anime. If anybody else would like me to talk about anime, let me know. I will do it. I have no problem. But that's really all that I wanted to do with this video. I normally do vlogs and stuff, but I kind of want to do, like, a mixture of different things of all the hobbies that I like to do. This is one of them. This is what I will spend 48 of my hours in probably 2 days, is I will binge the fuck out of anime. It's only been 2 days since I started Titans. Now, don't get me wrong. They are 20-minute long episodes. But it's been 2 days. And imagine how much other things I have to do in a day. I still gotta go to work. I still gotta go to school. And I still find time to watch 24 episodes of anime that are 20 minutes long. That's a sport. That's a sport. It's a real hobby.